We welcome you to the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, for a prime-time showdown in the Mountain West. Whiteout conditions tonight inside the Lawler Event Center as first place Utah State battles Nevada. Hi there, folks. Nick Cope and Noah Bono on hand. Thanks so much for being with us on your Saturday evening. Utah State is rolling 8 wins in a row. Nevada needs a win. They've dropped 3 of their last 4.
It's desperation time, right? You only got 5 games left in conference play. You got to go now. And this Utah State team is good at just about everything. So Nevada's going to have a certain level of precision tonight if they want to win this one.
Good news for the Wolfpack. They've been very good at home, 12-2 in this building. And as you take a look at the starting lineups, a boost for the Wolfpack. Joel Armatrading making his first start in nearly 2 months.
Yeah, it's going to add a lot to their front court, particularly helping Elijah Price out down there. He can finally slide back to the 4 spot and really play his natural position. He's one of the best rebounders in this conference, a great shot blocker, rim protector, roller to the rim. I think it's going to open up a lot for Price.
Utah State getting some help earlier today. San Diego State dropping one at Colorado State, so Jared Calhoun and the Aggies can get a 2-game lead at the top of the standings with a win tonight.
Yeah, that'll be huge for them, knowing what's at stake, but just a couple games left here in conference play.
Steve Alford and Nevada, they're trying to get a top 4 seed for the Mountain West tournament, get a bye into the quarterfinal round. They sit a game back of that position.
Yeah, right behind Grand Canyon. This game is really, really important for them. You can't drop 3 straight, and you can't drop 3 of your last 4 of your last 5, excuse me. So just got to come balls to the walls, ready to go early on in this ball game.
Back-to-back losses on the road for Nevada against San Diego State, and then inexplicably at San Jose State. Utah State in the midst of their second 8-game winning streak of the season. Vern Harris, Daryl Chelinis, Luke Schumer, our officials tonight, off and running in Reno. And it is the opening possession for Utah State. There's Mason Falslev with a quick shot, left it short. And a whistle. It's going the other way as Zach Keller looked to have the offensive rebound, but he's called for a foul. Well, these are 2 teams that play a little bit differently. Utah State wants to run and push the pace as much as they can. Nevada would like to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to see a ton of Nevada methodical actions, pin down, staggers, down screens, back screens. They want to run through that 30-second shot clock. Utah State's the opposite. They want to strike within the first 10 seconds. So it's going to be an interesting contrast.
Tayshawn Comer, the point guard, a lot of dribbling, finds Armatrading. 1 dribble and a 2-hand flush. Welcome back to the starting lineup for the London, England native.
Yeah, welcome back, big fella.
First points for the home team. And there's a deflection by Vaughn Weems, former junior college player playing D1 basketball for the first time.
And this is just a simple roll to the rim. Nobody wants to tag over. He's wide open. He's going to stuff that one every time he gets a chance.
Armatrading in his 4th game back from injury. They've been gradually increasing his minutes, getting that first start since November 27th. And Jay Collins dishing to Drake Allen. Down to 5 to shoot.
Yeah, do something here.
Into the lane, Allen, shot fake, stepping through. Did get it off the rim, and Keller cleans it up for second chance points.
I don't think Drake Allen realized there was only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's lucky that footwork down there opened something up, and Keller did a good job cleaning it up.
And Keller able to save it off the baseline here for Utah State. Well, they've been really impressed with what Zach Keller has been giving them lately, as Alameen is too strong, gets his own miss, and couldn't get it to go the second time. 2 good looks for the talented freshman. Nevada lost to San Jose State earlier this week. Just the 5th time since 2003 they lost to the Spartans. Hey, Homer off the shot fake, trying to get it into Price. Now it's Armatrading, went for the one-hand hammer. Woo! And ultimately Collins has it.
We might see one of those tonight. He looks like that's exactly what he wants to do all game, is destroy the rim.
An ambitious attempt.
Oh my goodness.
Mason Falslev using the screen, dishing for Allen. Herky-jerky start to this one on both ends of the floor. Keller jacks and hits the triple. Only his 6th 3 of the season. He's got the first 5 points for the Aggies.
Yeah, and you can tell Utah State doesn't fully look comfortable running their sets yet in the half court. They're trying to find exactly where they want to be. There's not as much movement on their end, swinging the ball side to side. So we'll see how they kind of come back the next couple possessions. But Keller off to a nice start.
He's coming off his most productive game of the season against Boise State. 10 points and a career-high 7 boards.
Coach Calhoun said he's starting to pick it up and really feel himself and get that confidence, which is big because they don't have a ton of guys that can play the 5 consistently like Keller.
Price, count it, plus the foul. Elijah Price so good on the offensive glass, it'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, one of the biggest things Utah State has struggled with is defensive rebounding. You see it right here. You can't contain box outs. You don't have yourself on a body. It opens it up for Elijah Price, who we're going to see a ton of right around the rim all night.
Bad news for Utah State, by the way. That was the 2nd foul on Keller, so he's got to take a seat less than 3 minutes into the game. And now Price to the foul line. And basket does not count. Lane violation against Nevada. I think it was Armatrading who was a little eager there. So wipe away the made free throw. A 1-point lead for the time being.
Yeah, and you take Zach Keller out and you bring in Gary Clark, who obviously he's a little undersized for the 5 spot, but his athleticism and his length makes up for a lot.
Elamine whips it for Collins. Camper draped all over him. They whip it over for Elamine. Off the heel, there's Clark. And able to keep it alive for Collins. Fresh 20 for Utah State. Collins had it guard free, able to bat it to false left. Now it's Allen. And a blocking foul against Armatrading. Nevada will have to continue to defend at this end of the floor, but their intensity and activity on the defensive end stands out so far.
Yeah, they're halting this Utah State offense. This Utah State offense wants to go. They want to play fast. They're going to put Colby King in here. And I could see Coach Calhoun saying, we got to swing that ball quicker, faster, make a decision. These guys are catching and holding too long on the perimeter.
Utah State leads the Mountain West in scoring and field goal percentage. About 85 points per game. Allen crossing over. Camper staying right with him. Elamine with that miss. He left it short. Price ultimately the rebound.
He's missed a couple chippies early on. Adlin Elamine, uncharacteristic misses for him at the rim.
Comer towing the midline, able to keep it in the front court. Wolfpack have been looking for more consistency out of their point guard. Did not have an assist in that loss to the Spartans this week. Down to 5 on the timer. Comer draws a double, lobbing inside for Armatrading, tied up with false left. It's a jump ball, and Nevada will keep it. But they'll say it's a shot clock violation as a result.
Yeah, that was a bizarre possession because there wasn't a ton of movement on the offensive end, and the down screens when the guards came up wasn't much. So
1-point lead for Utah State in the early going. Utah State with the early lead on the road at Nevada, and a great atmosphere tonight at the Lawler Event Center. A whiteout, and the fans were up and at them for pregame introductions. 10,000 on hand. And how about their star player, Corey Camper Jr., putting in work, putting the T-shirts on the chairs, getting ready for this one.
What a gentleman. I mean, how many guys in the country would do that? Take time out of their day. That was really nice to see. It was heartwarming to see that when we were at shoot-around this morning.
Camper, 17 points per game, number 4 scorer in the Mountain West. And there's a 3 on the other end. Colby King for Utah State.
He can light it up in a hurry. That's why Coach Calhoun put him in the game 4.5 minutes in, is because he knows that's instant offense.
He might have gotten his hand in the cookie jar here on the other end. Trying to reach in. Utah State seeking its 2nd Mountain West regular season championship in the last 3 years. Currently a 1.5 lead on San Diego State, a win, a full 2-game advantage with 4 to play. Elijah Price defers to Comer. 8 on the timer. Step back, Allen's right there. Now it's Camper. The taller Templin on him, rises, fires, left it short, and the rebound falls right to King. He wants to push. Defers to Fussler, blocked from behind, wiped away by Weems. And it's out of bounds going to Nevada. Utah State asking for Jared Calhoun to challenge.
We got early finger wags. What do we got here? Vaughn Weems, get out! What a play to get back in it and save 2 points. You shouldn't be allowed to finger wag that early in the game. I'm sorry. If you're a player, just play, okay?
They looked at the iPad. They said no challenge.
Right, yeah. Like, of course you think it wasn't out on you.
Nevada's offense got a little dry here over the last couple of minutes. Comer straightaway triple. And the rebound, Falslev keeps it in play. Up ahead it comes. Here's Elijah Perriman, backup point guard. Getting some minutes here. Freshman, one of the best in the conference at taking care of the basketball. Perriman using the screen from Clark. Wide open, King. Around it out. And the rebound grab. And pulled down by Comer. Up ahead, Camper. Back for Comer, trailing 3. Clark the rebound. Nevada has not gotten a 3 to go down yet. Templin gets free. The help defense comes. Fires to the corner. Nevada able to get back defensively. Perriman, backdoor. Templin welded up and in, plus the foul.
What a pass. And what a finish. Perriman is a great secondary playmaker. Watch him see the back door, take a bump, and then shuffle that thing. And Templin able to hang in the air and push that thing in on his way down. Really silenced this place. But Nevada is doing such a wonderful job taking Utah State out of their rhythm offensively. It's going to be a violation, it looks like.
So each team has had a lane violation on a potential and one opportunity.
Yeah, and then ruined the N1.
By the way, that was the second foul against Arma Trading, so he has to sit down. And we welcome those of you on FS1 joining us. Welcome to Reno, Nevada. Big-time matchup in the Mountain West here tonight. First place Utah State taking on Nevada. The Aggies with a 1.5-game lead on San Diego State, which lost earlier today. A win for Utah State, a 2-game lead with 4 to play. Nevada, meanwhile, they're trying to snap a run, having dropped 3 of their last 4. Been great here at home, 12-2 in this building. Meanwhile, Utah State, they have been a buzzsaw as of late, reeling off 8 straight victories. Here's a look at the standings. Utah State right there at the top. Nevada's trying to get above that line. Top 4 seeds get the first round bye in the Mountain West tournament. And that is going to be Nevada's path into the NCAA. It's got to win that conference tournament, and it helps to need 3 wins instead of 4. 2 fouls back-to-back there on MJ Collins. Meanwhile, Weems knocks down the triple. Vaughn Weems has the first 3 for Nevada, which is back within 3.
He's a 39% three-point shooter. He's got to take advantage of those corner pocket looks when they collapse the defense and spray it out to him. Good job there, knocking it down.
King feeling it early. Offensive rebound, Clark thunders inside. And the rebound for Weems. So we'll see what Utah State can do with their leading scorer on the bench.
Yeah, and their offense just out of sorts now. They have 5 offensive rebounds, and they've taken 7 more shots already than Nevada, but they haven't been able to convert many of them.
Miscommunication, and they're able to make up for it. Weems with the steal. Camper into the corner. Lowry off the heel. Batted around. It's Price. He can't finish. Lowry. No. Who wants it? Pulled away by Perriman. Have you ever seen so many point-blank looks not go down?
Well, how about them taking their time on a 3-on-2 break and then deciding they wanted to play in transition? I thought they were a little too late to the party there.
Elijah Perryman getting at the rack. And he will have a couple of free throws when we return. Utah State on the road, up by 3. Hey, we've got a battle in the Big East on Fox Primetime Hoops. Zuby Ejiofor and number 17 St. John's continue their fight for the conference crown against Villanova. It all begins next Saturday at 8 Eastern on Fox. A look at the AP Top 10, which we anticipate will have some changes coming up after Duke knocked off Michigan earlier today. And we note at the bottom as well, Utah State just outside the top 25.
Yeah, you got to assume Duke's going to be the #1 team come Monday, given Houston's loss as well. Maybe Arizona jumps to 2 as well. We'll see how that Iowa State game plays out versus BYU later tonight. Actually, it should be going on right now, matter of fact.
Perriman rolls in the first free throw. Utah State had a week where they got into the top 25. We're ranked number 23 a little more than a month ago, had back-to-back losses, fell out. They've been receiving votes for a while and they haven't lost since. 8 consecutive wins.
Nick, they are every bit of a top 25 team. All the metrics would tell you, and then when you use your eyeballs, you can also see, oh, wow, they have it all. They got the depth, they got the offense, the defense, they're good on the margins. I really, really like what Utah State could go for come March.
Camper missing off the heel, and Utah State with the early 5-point lead. Falslev moving quickly. And out of bounds on the sideline is Perriman. So far in this game, the teams have combined to shoot 7 for 27 with 7 turnovers.
Yeah, good defense on both sides and just really a lot of uncertainty for both teams' offenses. A lot of indecisiveness. What look should we get? And Utah State particularly just kind of standing around, not moving as much as I'm used to seeing them move. So it's going to be interesting to see how much the defense takes over.
Lowry rattles home the triple. Making the jump from NAIA to D1 this season. He was the top player in the country at the Masters University last year.
31% three-point shooter. They don't see a ton of that out of him. But definitely nice to see one go down early for the big fella.
Back to within 2. 2 starters in foul trouble for Utah State as Perriman drills a 3. He's got 5 early points.
He's not just a distributor. He can knock down the open look when you give him the chance. And a good job taking advantage of that open look there on the catch and shoot.
3 triples early on for Utah State. MJ Collins, Zach Keller, each with 2 fouls. Camper, shot fake, the 3, it's good. Corey Camper Jr., his first points.
Mason Falslev just leaves his feet, opens it up wide open for an absolute sniper in Corey Camper Jr.
Von Weems picks up the foul on the other end. Even on a made bucket, you see how fast Utah State gets up the floor.
Yeah, they want to go. It just hasn't worked out for them that well in transition. And Falslev's going to take a beat here. Get Drake Allen back in the game.
Perriman back for Templin. Straight away 3, way off.
See, if Perryman can get 2 more dribbles downhill, then it opens it up even more. He's stopping right before that elbow and throwing it back to Templin. They got to try to get more pressure on the rim here if you're the Aggies.
Through the lane, Rollison bumbling, and throws it out of bounds.
He was hoping Coleman was going to cut off that short corner and he could drop it off to him, but just a miscommunication and really nowhere for Coleman to cut. And Rollison got himself in trouble.
A Nevada team that has generally taken care of the basketball this year. 9 turnovers per game, but already 5. And that's been the problem as you see a traveling violation there go against King. But Nevada, these last 2 losses they've had, 29 combined turnovers, and at least so far trending in that same direction tonight.
Yeah, one of the biggest contrasts in this game is how well Nevada usually takes care of the ball. and how good Utah State is at forcing turnovers. Right now, it's working in Utah State's favor. They just can't get things to go their way offensively.
Utah State forces turnovers on 20% of their opponent's possessions. That's top 20 in the country. Rollison, the jump stop, falling away. He got it.
Nice. That's a clean jump stop, playoff 2. Take the simple one. The mid-range ain't dead yet.
Another turnover for Utah State. Templin couldn't handle the pass. Rollison looking. Camper's 3. It's good. Nothing but net. Corey Camper Jr. and Nevada has the lead. Run for the Wolfpack over the last 75 seconds.
Tyler Rollison gets in the teeth of the defense, and it's a quick spray out. Camper does the rest.
Drake Allen with the answer for Utah State. He's not a guy that they need to score a lot, but a big bucket there to silence the crowd. Camper is fouled. Allen on the closeout.
Tyler Rollison gets a little crossover, a hop step, get off me to the defender, and now he's playing in transition and swings it to the wide open Camper, a 40+% three-point shooter. Bang!
These teams have combined for 8 threes and only 5 two-point field goals.
Well, Nevada is one of the most efficient three-point shooting teams in the country. Shoot 37% from 3. They get to the line really well. They actually have more of a struggling two-point percentage in terms of the country. They're way in the 300s when it comes to two-point percentage. They're 37th in three-point percentage. So when they can get in the teeth of the defense like that and suck you in, it's an easy kick out. And when you got a shooter like Camper Jr., you know more of them are going to go down than not. And then you give him freebies at the free throw line. It's like drinking water.
And he makes all 3. 9 points in the last couple of minutes for Corey Camper Jr., the number 4 scorer in the Mountain West. Last time out against San Jose State, he surpassed the 1,000 career point plateau. And there's a block on the other end. The 7-footer Jariah Coleman with the rejection. And a deflection there by Clark to save the fast break bucket. Lowry was going to be wide open.
It was the right read off the ball screen from Mason Falslev to just keep going downhill. But Jariah Coleman made an awesome play on the other end. Watch Coleman. He just treads water, and then when he needs to get up in the air, he uses that length and swats it.
The 7-footer from Alaska is Comer. Acrobatic high off the window.
Excuse me. A little spin fest and some English on the other side.
Allen looking for another 3. Swish.
So Utah State's had 3 made three-pointers, 2 from Drake Allen and 1 from Elijah Perryman. Those 3 stand out because those are their 2 biggest playmakers that distribute the basketball. Drake Allen almost 5 assists a game, and Perryman almost 4 assists a game. So to see them knock down shots is big for Utah State given their offensive struggles thus far.
Pull themselves back within 2. Comer. Elamine stays with them. Lowry has to get it off.
You are all incredible. We thank you very much for your support.
Nevada with the lead here in the first half on first place Utah State, 26-21. Strong start for Nevada. They've got their offense going over the last few minutes, knocking down open threes, and their defense has been causing fits for what's been a great Utah State offense throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, knocking down 5 three-pointers early on definitely helps. And being 50% from the floor, and the way that their defensive intensity looks and just how much they've kind of thrown Utah State out of what they normally get into so easily. It's not that Utah State's not getting what they want, but it's not as gracefully as it usually is.
MJ Collins picked up 2 fouls early on in the half. He's back in, and he knocks down a 3 right away.
A lot of it had to do with him picking up those back-to-back fouls and having to go to the bench. But when he's out there 18 points per game, you got a lot to worry about if you're the Nevada defense when he's on the floor.
Third leading scorer in the Mountain West. Amir Robinson in the ball game for Nevada over there on the left wing. Meanwhile, it's Comer trying to break down Allen, scooping it up. Battle for the rebound and kept in play. Utah State has it. It's Falslev. Collins looking for another. Yes, sir. Back-to-back triples from MJ Collins Jr. and Utah State back in front.
Yeah, just like that, the tides turn when the best shooter in the conference gets back into the game and you let him get back-to-back triples.
It is a 3-party tonight in Reno. 7 threes for Utah State, 5 of them for Nevada. Comer needs some help. Stripped. Drake Allen all the way, the 2-hand flush.
Drake Allen's been huge in this first half. Pair of 3-pointers from the outside. He's an unbelievable on-ball defender, as you just saw there, and a really strong playmaker. Really good job. Exactly what they need, the Utah State Aggies.
He's one of the best pickpockets in the Mountain West. 2 steals per game. Dangerous pass read by Falslev. Trying to go backdoor.
He tried to get rid of it when he saw the post double coming. Uh-oh.
Collins a little bit short. And the rebound tracked down by Robinson. 8-0 run here for Utah State. Robinson splits the defense. Lays it up and in.
That's a foul. Yeah, they're going to get Amir Robinson on that every day of the week.
Robinson taking the contact on the shot, and then while he was down, appeared to extend his leg and trip up Falslev, who was hobbling.
Yeah, it was actually kind of a dirty play. I mean, I saw it happen right away. He pulled him down. It was a beautiful move off 2. And an ability to finish there, but watch him tangle up with Falslev and then grab him. Yeah, you can't do that. And he even threw a little foot trip in there too, because his foot was in the way when Falslev tried to step. On a double trouble there. I think they're going to give that a... If I was a betting man or a referee, I'd say that's probably a flagrant 1. But I'm not being paid to be a referee, so maybe I'm wrong.
We'll find out, but you saw it. Why Falslev was hobbling there, because he's got his leg stationary, looking to push off of it, and then the hand of Robinson hits him in the knee.
Yeah, anytime I see someone deliberately trip another player on a basketball court, I can't stop thinking of the Grayson Allen tape when he was at Duke. I think I'm traumatized from it, and I was never tripped by him.
Well, so the fact that everybody thinks about Grayson Allen when there's a trip says it all.
Because, what is the mindset? What's the thought process there to... You want to slow him down? There's other ways to do that than being dirty.
I'm not sure there is a thought process. It's just a reaction.
Yeah, that's fair. Heat of the moment? Are we blaming it on heat of the moment? Like you lost in the sauce and you just do something you regret in the aftermath?
Because you saw the reaction there from Robinson. He puts his hands up. I don't think he even maybe realized what he did.
But I also would equate that to a lot of guys when they commit a foul or do something wrong.
The call on the court was confirmed as a flagrant foul on 5 white, 12 blue by rule. We'll shoot the foul, and then it'll be blue ball underneath.
So he didn't say flagrant 1 or 2, but we're going to get help here from Daryl Jelinek and confirm. So Falslev still hobbling, will head down and shoot the free throws at the other end.
Yeah, the official just kind of said what we talked about. The grab there, they didn't like. He'll get 2 free throws, and then Utah State will take it out on the other end. So he did do something wrong.
No problem. It's just the flagrant 1.
Just the flagrant 1. Yeah, Mason Falslev has been huge. He's my Mountain West Player of the Year. There's no doubt about it. He leads this team in rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals a game. Obviously, the 16 points per game. MJ Collins averages 18, but Mason Falslev is the heartbeat of this Aggie squad. And he's been brilliant every single game. He's got a little bit of a hobble there, on that jog over. Hopefully he can shake that off the next 5 minutes and not get too stiff going into the half.
Went 1 for 2 on the flagrant free throws. His first point of the game. Big-time candidate for Mountain West Player of the Year. Around the screen, missing the triple, and a loose ball foul on the inside. Going against Utah State. We're going to march down to the other end for a 1-and-1.
There's a ton of screening actions going on there for Utah State to try to open up that curl three for Mason Falslev, and it ended up being a contested look. And then they foul Elijah Price. And both teams have 7 personal fouls. Excuse me, Nevada has 6, but every foul from here on out is going to be free throws for both teams. 1-and-1s until we get into that double bonus the last 5 minutes.
Elijah Price, a guy who has been living at the foul line. Almost 60 free throw attempts over the last 5 games coming in.
Yeah, and Nevada is one of the best teams at getting to the free throw line. They're 13th in the nation at free throw rate, so that just means how much they get towards the basket and their percentage of shots that end up being called fouls. And Elijah Price leads the charge for them because they're not a good 2-point percentage team in terms of that percentage being around 46%. So when they get down there, their goal is, can we just draw fouls and get to the free throw line? And they're a good free throw shooting team, 75%. They take 25 attempts a game. So they can live at the free throw line here. It's going to give Utah State more trouble.
They lead the Mountain West in both attempts and makes. And with both free throws from Price, we're back even here. 30 apiece inside 5 minutes to go before halftime.
Now watch Collins coming off a screen here.
Had those back-to-back threes, now works inside. Shot fake, fall away, air ball.
Well, that's the right shot to pivot back when 2 guys pull over. Just didn't put enough on it with a little 8-foot midi.
Peyton White in the ball game for the first time for Nevada. As Rollison runs the point. Woo! Step back, 3-ball. Elamine the rebound for Utah State. And here come the Aggies out and running.
Who's going to stop the ball?
Offensive foul. Elijah Price draws the charge. Elamine was staring at the rim. He saw an opportunity, but Price forces the turnover.
I think he saw how open he was. He was almost too open in his mind, and a really good job from Elijah Price to slide over as no one picked up the ball until that moment. But Elamine's got to know that's a high pickup and a finish on the other side to avoid that charge. And that just comes with the territory, being a freshman, getting those reps in transition in live time.
Camper. Weems lost the handle.
Look at Drake Allen. The hands.
A second steal for him, wide open in the corner. King, bucket, a triple for Colby King.
And that's how Utah State wants to play. Can you get a steal and can you get a quick bucket? That time they connect from the three-point line. One of the most efficient offenses in the country. And you saw it there. Look at Drake Allen's hands. They're glued to the ball.
Making life very difficult for Nevada at the time being. But so far, a seesawing affair in the first half. The college basketball crown is back. This April, 8 teams from the top conferences put it all on the line live from Las Vegas. Only on Fox and FS1. Buy tickets now at vividseats.com. Here in Reno, we've got 2 of the best scorers in the conference on display. MJ Collins, number 3. Corey Camper Jr. right behind him. Don't forget about Mason Falslev either in his all-around game. But Collins and Camper, they produced so far in this first half.
Yeah, they have. And Collins got it rolling when he got back into the game. He missed a chunk with those 2 fouls. Obviously, you see him there back on the bench coming out of this timeout. But those 2 guys can really light it up, and they can really light it up from beyond the arc, which is what the people want to see. What I want to see, Nick. I love a 3-point barrage, and we're getting that tonight.
Yes, sir. As Collins has knocked down a couple, he's got 6 points.
13 combined 3-pointers between the 2 squads. Utah State's got 8 of 15, and Nevada 5 of 9.
More threes than twos in this first half. Colby King having a solid first half coming off the bench. He's got 8 points after knocking down both free throws. Five-point lead for Utah State. We've been tied 4 times and have had 3 lead changes in this first half.
Good denial from Carson Templin there on not letting Camper Jr. get that ball.
Utah State, they have extended their defense up to the perimeter, it seems, as White gets inside, and that shot was affected by Adlon Elamine.
Yeah, and they like to mix it up. Sometimes they're in a matchup zone. They drop right back to a man-to-man. It's hard to see when they're in it and when they're not, but it definitely trips up the Nevada offense. But that ball denial there from Carson Templin blew up that whole set.
King in the corner. And a foul against Templin.
Yep. We're pushing the back there.
So we will march down to the other end. And a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Carson Templin joking around with Elijah Price like, come on, man, I didn't foul you. Might have gave him a little bump. And Elijah Price going right back to that free throw line. Nevada's 5 of 5 from the line in this first half. Utah State's next foul is going to put the Wolfpack into double bonus. They'll give him 2 free throws.
Price transferring within the conference last year from Fresno State to Nevada. He led Mountain West freshmen in scoring and rebounding last year as a redshirt.
Yeah, right now he's second in the Mountain West in rebounding. 228 coming into the contest. He's just got that wingspan, that length, that quick burst to get up off the ground. And one of the better offensive rebounders in the country as well.
We've seen it tonight. He's a chance for a double-double every single game. Nevada going zone here.
Yep. 2-3 there.
Elamine, high pass. Falslev has it. Kick to the corner. King, another 3. He's got it from the corner pocket. His 3rd triple in this first half.
Did you see the bump that Mason Falslev took on the delivery? He's falling away, and he throws that to the corner, and Colby King does the rest. That's a brilliant pass.
He seems to be moving all right. Camper shot fake. Got 2 to leave their feet. Rollison picking up that loose ball. On the deck, it's Allen.
Wow.
We got a whistle. They are fighting for that loose ball. Both guys want it.
My ball. No, my ball. Whose ball? All right, fellas.
You got Templin joining the fray in there as well. And somewhere underneath that mass of bodies is Tyler Rollison and Drake Allen.
Drake Allen is magnetic to the ball. On the floor, it's his in the passing lanes, but it started with Mason Falslev there. But look at Allen. He was on the floor before he even needed to be and comes up with it. And there's the tug of war. I like how they act like it's football, where if they end up getting possession afterwards, like it's going to be their ball. I love the competitiveness.
Now, once we clear the pile, all right, who's got the ball? I'm still waiting to get this fully adjudicated from the officials.
Maybe a Nevada ball.
They did have the arrow in their favor. .145 to go before halftime. .11 on the timer here for Nevada. When they've taken care of the basketball, their offense has been good, nearly 50% from the floor, but 10 turnovers here in the first half.
Look at Elamine's length, sliding with the ball handler, Camper there.
Rollison jacking and delivering.
He's been huge tonight. Couple of buckets, couple of good passes, and keeping Nevada in this game. Good minutes from Tyler Rollison.
Well, neither of these teams have met a three-pointer they do not like tonight.
I don't blame him. Let it rip.
Falslev draws a double. King, he's knocked down 3 three-pointers so far.
Templin off the ball screen.
Yeah, look at that. And Falslev tried to kick it. Deflection. Camper's got it. 1 minute to go in the first half. Miles Walker in the ball game. Smallest guy on the floor, just 5'10". Third option as a ball handler for the Wolfpack. Rollison wants to go. Stepping, kick to the corner, the three. Good! Corey Camper Jr. That's his third triple, and we're tied up again. Timeout called by Utah State.
How about the baseline drift? Tyler Rollison drives that right lane line. As we get the replay here, he's put pressure on the defense. Every time he's gotten the basketball, watch. Downhill on that little freeze, he pulls over Foslev, sprays it out to the sniper, Nylon for Camper Jr. What a play.
Utah State had a 6-point lead, wiped away in the blink of an eye. Nevada's been wanting more consistent play out of their point guards. Well, Comer, he's got 3 assists. Rollison up to 4 assists.
Look at those 3 balls. Letting it fly. That's the name of the game. If you can create open opportunities from beyond the arc with dribble drive and penetration like that, the kickouts are going to be there all day. Both these teams have taken advantage of it. That's why we're all knotted up with under a minute to go. And you just mentioned it about Comer and Rollison being able to play make here, because Steve Alford let us know that he needs a little bit more from those point guards, and he's getting every bit of it in this first half.
Back to that 2-3 zone look.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a 3-2. You see where Camper's at in the middle.
Templin gets free after Elamine left his feet to draw some attention. Well, Utah State toggles back in front, and now a timeout. Nevada, use it or lose it situation. We've got less than 20 seconds to work with here.
Yeah, might as well methodically draw one up, see if you can go into the half tied or with the lead. You also have Utah State on the ropes with 9 fouls. You can draw a foul, maybe get to the free throw line, where they're 7 of 7 so far. But how about Drake Allen? His hands have been glued to the basketball. His alertness and awareness off the ball and the quickness to swipe, to be wide open, and then all of a sudden he comes away with the basketball. He's been a difference maker defensively.
He's got 4 steals here in the first half.
And that's how this Utah State team wants to play. Can they steal the ball and then play in transition? You see it right there. They're first in the Mountain West, almost 9 steals a game. That's top 26 in the country. And it all starts with their aggressiveness in those passing lanes that Coach Calhoun is constantly preaching about.
It's been one of the big changes this year for Utah State. Very much an offensive-oriented team last year. This year, they've got the defense to go with it. Looking for a stop here to get into the locker room with the lead. Rollison defers. Lowry, 2 to shoot. Rollison for 3. It's off. And that'll do it for the first 20 minutes here in Reno. Coming up at the half, we take a look at our first half highlights and stats, and then we'll get it to the studio for highlights from around the country with Rob Stone, Casey Jacobson, and Miles Simon. A 3-point barrage here in the first half in Reno. Lots of fireworks between Utah State and Nevada. And it's the Aggies on the road with the 2-point lead at the break. Getting ready for the start of the second half in Reno. Utah State with the 2-point lead on Nevada. Nick Cope and Noah Cuoto on hand. Great to have you with us here tonight. And not exactly a clean, well-executed first half, but if you like 3-pointers, you've come to the right place.
And both teams are shooting it really efficiently, 58% and 52% for the 2 teams. And it started with Utah State. They got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they really started lighting this thing up as we got through that first half. And they did it every which way. Ball on the deck, kick it out, play in transition, spray it to MJ Collins. And how about on the other end? Corey Camper Jr. benefiting from the 9 assists that this Nevada Wolfpack team has had. That one, the shot fake sidestep in your mouth. This one sprays it out from Rollison, hits another. He's a perfect 3 for 3, leads the team with 12 points. And my favorite, that little baseline drift and then the catch and shoot three. They're going to have to run him off that three-point line if Utah State wants to win this one.
Both teams better than 50% from beyond the arc, and they've combined for 20 assists.
Yeah, 20 assists between the two teams because they are wheeling and dealing that thing, and the efficiency from both teams at the three-point line. Those numbers tell me one thing and one thing only. Who's going to be the first team to consistently run the other off the three-point line and make them put it on the deck and make some indecisive decisions around the basket where you can rely on your front court and your rim protection and get these guys off the three-point line. It goes for both sides.
Utah State trying to get the season sweep of Nevada, give themselves a 2-point lead at the top of the Mountain West, and that's a good start to that end. Drake Allen comes out and knocks down his third three of the game.
Fire away. It was 5 feet behind the line, too.
5 ties, 3 lead changes in that first half. Utah State led the bulk of it, but only by as many as 6 points. We have been within 2 possessions the entire way. Nevada, meanwhile, a win, and they would take over the 4 seed in the conference. Camper, that one might have gotten a little deflected. Arbitrating cleans it up. Didn't get to see much of him in the first half because he picked up 2 early fouls, but he's got the first 2 points of the second half.
Yeah, I think if he could stay on the floor a little bit more here, he could have a feast around the rim on the offensive glass with some of the problems Utah State has defensive rebounding.
Collins off the screen. He drills it. Back-to-back triples to start the second half for the Aggies.
It's just not going to work. You got to get around those screens and be there on the catch with MJ Collins. That release is too quick to give him even half a second of time.
Now stepping through, Weems lost the handle, able to get it back, but only for a moment because guess who? Mason Falslev.
Uh-oh.
Collins wide open. Target practice 3, no.
My heart stopped for a second there.
Comer at the other end draws a foul.
Number 32, Zach Keller, his third personal, team first on Aggies. To the line, Tayshawn Comer.
A couple of free throws here for Tayshawn Comer. So Drake Allen, not normally a guy to score a bunch, but he's up to 11 points. And how about this? His wife, Hallie, is due any moment with their firstborn baby boy. Her due date was yesterday, trying to hold off. Going to get home as fast as possible after this game. But he's still hoping to play in the next game against San Diego State coming up next week.
I hope the schedule can align for him so that he can be there for the birth of his first child, but what a crazy schedule to have to navigate. Look at that no help side off that strong side corner, but they do a good job protecting the rim there. And they can run a little bit here.
Comer kicks, corner pocket 3, it's pure. Von Weems. Well, your adjustment was pretty simple. Run him off the three-point line. It hasn't happened so far.
Well, these teams are allergic to any shot but the 3, and it's working for both of them. We are in an absolute shootout.
Allen, how about another?
Right on cue. These guys can't stop.
Lazy pass there from Arbitrating. 4 threes for Drake Allen.
That pass.
Collins steps inside. That wasn't a 3.
It was not. It was still a jump shot. MJ Collins loves his jumper. 60% of his field goal attempts are jumpers, so we're going to keep seeing him firing away.
And remarkable because of that he's shooting 52% from the floor this year. Camper needs some help. Guess what? Another steal for Drake Allen. That's his 5th.
It trapped him in the corner there, and Drake Allen in the right spot when he coughed it up to come up with his 5th steal. He looks like he wants to pull the trigger on another one. He's feeling it.
He's up to
3-point line.
He's up to 14 points. Oh, here he goes. Oh my goodness.
Who is this guy?
Get the hose for Drake Allen. Already 3 threes here in the second half. 5 for the ball game. 17 for Allen, and the largest lead of the game for the Aggies. Here's Comer knifing, dumps it off, and Price with the two-hand flush.
Those are the dribble drives that Nevada needs from Tayshawn Comer, and then the simple drop off to his big fella to clean it up. It's exactly how they want to play offensively.
Here's Drake Allen again. No way. Oh, an air ball.
Right. I think he was due for something other than a make.
Drake Allen had made all of 11 threes this season. He was shooting 22% coming into the game, but he has ignited things here to start the second half for the Aggies. Tomorrow on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Atlanta as the best of the best hit the Echo Park Speedway for some high-speed chaos. Pre-race coverage begins at 2 Eastern with the green flag flying at 3, only on Fox. 5-point game here in Reno, but it's turned into the Drake Allen show.
Oh, he's playing string music out there. A guy that's not known for his three-point shooting. He's got 17 points. He's only missed 1. He's taking bombs. He's off the dribble, off the catch. He's just playing under his own poise and confidence, and I don't know if anybody can throw him off his rhythm right now.
The trio of Allen, King, and Collins making it rain from the outside tonight. Utah State, 13 three-pointers, and Drake Allen is going to have a heck of a story to tell his baby boy.
You know what's funny is that MJ Collins has 5 threes, but we're not even batting an eye. It's like a quiet 5 threes because of Drake Allen, and it not being so characteristic for him to shoot the lights out the way he is.
And there's Utah State basketball right there. A steal and a transition bucket. Falslev to King. Up to 13 turnovers for Nevada.
Yeah, so they're in that matchup zone. They keep passing guys off. But once it's a dribble drive, it turns into a one-on-one. And Comer wins the battle there versus Drake Allen.
That was a tough take there for Comer. Allen got his hand on the ball. Comer still able to finish.
And they need that from him. He's got to be a downhill driver and look for his shot when he gets around the rim.
Here's Falslev. He'll check. Just 1 point for Falslev. Templing the offensive board. Backing in and got fouled. Kind of just threw it up for a prayer. And the fans here do not like the foul call.
I like how Carson Templin looks around. He looked at one of the officials and said, he got me right. Like he needs a little extra validation. Hey, they called the foul, man. They're not going to change it, so you're good. The other official doesn't need to agree.
He's trimmed the hair a little bit. Not quite as long as he's had it. Trimmed it about a week ago and then went off against Memphis back in Logan. Had a career-high 20-point game.
So it's not a jinx like a mid-season haircut. It didn't throw him up. You know, some guys, they're struggling. They go, you know what, I'm going to shave my head. He just went for a little trim. I wasn't paying attention to his hair when I did the Wyoming game, so I'm not really sure what it was looking like a couple weeks ago. He looks the same to me. Good headband swag.
Always.
With that middle ball screen. And they want to get those corner threes, but they really want to see if they can get Price that ball down there on the low post.
Yeah, he's battling as Lowry shakes free. King skying for the rebound on the weak side. 6-point lead for Utah State.
We better pick him up early.
Allen for Clark. King lost it. Out of bounds. Nevada basketball. First turnover of the second half for the Aggies.
They needed that because they needed to slow this Utah State offense down. They've already hit 4 threes. They're 50% from the floor in this second half. They need to close the gap a little bit from where they were at halftime, down 2.
Clark and Price banging bodies inside again. Price gets it this time. He got it.
Beautiful footwork, patience. And I said up on cue because you only have a certain amount of time in there with those pivots before the chest-to-chest of the defender overpowers you and he throws you off your spot. He got it up at the right time and got the 2.
Price now in double figures with 10. Falslev scooping and finishing.
2 Wolfpack guys down there.
slow up on the offensive end here.
First bucket for Falslev. He had started 0 for 6.
And he gets the step there and that inside hand finish. That little lean, you see his right shoulder dipping. He's able to help him convert that tough little 2.
Good first step there from Comer, but the trees were there to deter him. Rollison to Price. Thundering inside, had it stripped.
Those hands, everybody on this Utah State team is ready.
That was Falslev that time. Templin free inside, and Lowry with the foul. Thought he got all ball, but that is a second foul in the last couple of minutes against Lowry, his 3rd.
So watch Falslev get the step on Camper, and then it's just a quick pickup and that inside hand finish. You dip the shoulder, you lean towards the rim. It's an impossible shot to block from behind without fouling, and no help side. It's an easy bucket for Falslev. Templin kind of making an impact here too, getting to the line. As you see, Falslev's really struggled tonight. 1 of 7, 4 points, averages 16. Just hasn't gotten the looks that he's accustomed to getting, right? He gets downhill a lot. He's taken almost 300 field goal attempts, and almost 200 of them come at the rim or a floater. He's 59% around the basket. He likes to get downhill, but Nevada's done a good job limiting him.
But in classic Mason Falslev fashion, he's got 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and a couple of steals.
Right, it ain't all about scoring. Do the rest, and that's what he's doing, while the rest of these guys just light it up from 3.
Out of bounds on the baseline. No, a foul. Rollison's just been hard charging to the baseline and looking to find someone on the weak side.
When he has a seam towards the basket, he's got to keep, I don't want to keep his head down, but he's got to keep his head down in terms of being aggressive and look to distribute. We'll try to ISO Price here in the post, and gets fouled right away by Keller.
First we have seen of Keller since the early moments of the game. He got hit with 2 back-to-back fouls. He's been on the bench for a long time, and he's going to go back to it.
He's going to go right back. So is Falslev. We're going to get M.J. Collins, Gary Clark. You know who's been quiet in this game is Adlin Elamine. He's looked to get out and transition a little bit. He just hasn't put his imprint on. He's on the bench right now. I think he's a guy that also could have an impact when he gets back in.
Has not scored tonight. Camper to Rollison for 3. Look at Weems skying for the offensive board and whacked from behind. Templin with a violent strike there. Couldn't get it clean.
Yeah, good elevation from Vaughn Weems to secure that offensive rebound. I've been saying it all night. The struggles that Utah State has rebounding defensively, nobody there to box Weems out. And that's 6 offensive rebounds now for both teams. So not the end of the world, but overall, Utah State is a -8 on the glass, and that's not something they normally struggle with this much. They're a +4 rebounding margin on the year, but right now, Nevada is holding themselves in this game because of the way they're controlling the backboards.
And when Nevada has been in these games where you might say they're punching above their weight a little bit, that's been the key for them to be in it.
Well, the problem,
the offensive glass.
They have 14 turnovers, though, which is the problem. And you mentioned it earlier. They had 29 turnovers in their previous 2 games, which they both lost. Both were losses. So right now, being down 6, you can see how 14 turnovers is not enough. There's too much to counteract how good they're doing on the glass.
And in the first meeting between these teams in Logan, they had 15 of them. Templin flashes to the middle of the zone. 8 to shoot. Perriman to Templin. 4. Lobs inside. Batted away by Camper. 2 to shoot for Utah State.
Yeah, Clark wants that ball up higher over the top because there's nobody that's going to slide over and he'd just have an easy layup. But Corey Camper Jr., an awesome job fighting down there to get a hand on it, knock it away. Got 2 on the clock here. So it's got to get in quick, protect the basket best you can.
Perriman to inbound. Clark puts it up, and it's an air ball shot clock violation. And Price saying he got a piece of it and looked to do so.
Yeah, I think so. And a good contest there. Not a big-time shooter, Gary Clark. They had to get a quick one, and Price, he's got unbelievable length out on the perimeter. Almost 9 rebounds a game as well.
Wide open. Rollison wills it up and in. Right into the chest of Clark.
I'm running out of adjectives. He's been fantastic tonight. Tyler Rollison.
Wild take from Perriman. Lowry tied up, and Templin going to be hit with the foul. Nevada basketball. And the fans onto their feet here at the Lawler Event Center.
And Rollison downhill, that little forearm. Get off me, son!
Four-point lead for Utah State here in Reno. 58-54 in favor of the Aggies. We still got 11:47 to play. Take a look at the road ahead for Nevada. Not an easy close. New Mexico comes in next week. Then the Silver State Showdown next Saturday in Vegas. Got a trip to 7,200 feet before finishing against Air Force. And then on the other side for Utah State, they got the toughest finish to the year in the conference. And so it is imperative that they get this win here tonight on the road, because their final 4 games involve teams between 2 and 6 in the standings. Nevada with a little energy here. They've stepped up their defense. Largest lead tonight has been 7 points by Utah State.
And they're sending that post double and trying to get the ball out of Price's hand quick, which they do.
Tip in. Weems, are they going to count it? They're going to review. Call on the floor is offensive goaltending by Vaughn Weems after the shot from Corey Camper Jr.
Well, they're checking the iPad. Trying to decide if they want to follow through with the finger wag. Let's see.
They're not going to challenge.
Good drive from Camper, and yeah. Good idea not to challenge.
Drake Allen back in the ball game. And 3 straight threes coming out of the locker room. Here's Elamine. Has not scored. Gives it up for Falslev. 9 on the timer. Falslev dishes. Clark in the lane. Nice little baby hook.
Yep.
First points for Gary Clark.
He's available in the middle of the paint there. You love when you get a baseline drive and a drop off to your big guy who can get an easy finish inside.
5th-year guy who came to Logan from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Nevada keeps it alive. Rollison hunting. Out for Lowry. He'll attack. Knifing his way in. Couldn't finish it off.
Smoked it.
Rollison, though, gives Nevada another opportunity. Rollison has Clark on him.
Look at these guys ready to help on these drives. And then Elamine just too aggressive there on the swipe down. Just let him catch. You know you're going to have a second body on a quick post double. Just hold your own. I know it's tough down there. Price is a big dude. He's got an advantage weight-wise, but you got to lower your base, put a forearm on his back, and he just fouled him too quickly.
Last foul to give of the half for Utah State. Nevada is in the bonus the rest of the way. Comer hesitating into the corner and off the side of the backboard. Arbitrating had it stripped. Camper scooping and finishing.
Back in New Jersey, they call that a little jelly. Woo! Corey Camper Jr. Oh, and then Mason Falslev with a little rondo. Or they call that the Villanova, a little ball fake, pivot back, floater. We got a ball game.
Another quick bucket for Utah State after a made basket at the other end.
We've seen a ton of great individual plays tonight, a ton of them.
Camper looking inside for Lowry. Allen all over him. A seam. Camper couldn't finish. Out of bounds. Staying with Nevada. A 6-point ball game here in the second half.
Yeah, there we go. The block from Drake Allen. Get out of here. And then a shot fake downhill and a little scoop and fillet at the cup. Corey Camper Jr. putting on a show. 14 points.
His first bucket of the second half. Took more than 10 minutes to get it.
That's a foul.
That's MJ Collins. coming off his man, trying to help.
What should be 1-1.
And in fact, they get it against Elamine. That's his third. So a couple big guys for Utah State with 3 fouls, Keller and Elamine.
Well, this is huge with them being in the 1-1 and 2 more fouls from now. They're going to be in the double bonus. There's 10 minutes left in this basketball game. So for Nevada to be able to get freebies at the line in the last quarter of this game is enormous for how it could play out, especially because of how good they are at already drawing fouls and getting to the line. 75% as a team from the line. This could be huge for them.
And Tayshawn Comer has been perfect tonight and stays perfect. He's 4 for 4 at the foul line. Nevada collectively 12 for 13. Utah State has led for the vast majority of this game, still maintaining a 2-possession edge. Allen to work. Shot fake. Dumps it off. Clark wide open.
What a play. How many shot fakes? 1, 2, 3, and then a wraparound.
I think there might have been 5.
Maybe 5, maybe 10. I lost count. What a play. Drake Allen has been unbelievable tonight. And then watch him on the other end. He's got a mismatch, but look at those hands.
Arbitrating fouled. Goes against Clark.
Count him. Count him. Okay, he goes post up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Wow. What was our guess? Was it? I said 4.
You said 3. I had 5.
You had 5. All right, you win. You take the cake.
I don't think I've ever seen 5 shot fakes in a row like that.
I was wondering what he was planning on doing. I thought maybe we were going to see a little lean back, right knee up for a little Dirk Nowitzki. But he's a playmaker. He just waited and waited, drew the second guy. Pretty little pass.
Arbitrating goes 1 of 2, and that is Lowry over the back of Clark. Just the 3rd foul against Nevada here in the second half.
This is for personal, team 3rd on the roll back. On the court for Nevada, number 1, Elijah Price.
Price back into the ball game, replacing Lowry. Clark, another seam inside, arbitrating with the rejection, but Templin's got the loose ball, and he's fouled.
Well, Gary Clark had daylight on that dive to the rim and didn't finish it. A good contest. Look at this. They don't get back, and he's open. A great contest, a great double block. Price got a hand, arbitrating got a hand. And then Templin sort of initiates contact there as Price is up in the air. In that case, you just got to hold your ground and keep your wall up. Obviously, it's additive when you can wall up and jump 35 inches off the ground. But you give Templin the advantage. When you're already off the floor, he can just lean into you and draw that foul.
First time Templin has gone 2 for 2 at the foul line. Once again, a 7-point lead for Utah State. Comer, quick first step, and Falslev lost his footing. That's a blocking foul.
Yep, and more Nevada Wolfpack free throws, which is becoming a recurring theme over the last 90-plus seconds here. And that's the line that you kind of got to teeter when you play the way Utah State plays. You play as physical as they play, and you can get in some trouble in the foul department, which they are very much in trouble right now. Their next foul is going to be a double bonus.
1-1 here for Comer. Colby King returns. Comer transferring in from Evansville, Indianapolis native. He's known Steve Alford since his senior year of high school. And those two finally getting together here. Now in his senior year of college, his first miss from the foul line there.
see Nevada in that 3-2 zone right now. They got to make sure they get out on shooters once the ball hits the middle of the floor and they try to spray it out.
Allen wide open. He's cooled off since he started 5 for 5. And Nevada will have the basketball when we come back. Utah State maintaining its lead on the road, 66-6. The Aggies on top of the Wolfpack. Utah State continues to lead here at the Lawler Events Center in Reno, but the crowd getting fired up here, trying to will on the Wolfpack. A 6-point ball game, 7:55 to play. Utah State firmly in the NCAA tournament field. A 6-seed projection from Mike DeCourcy this week in his latest bracketology. 23-3, quad 1 wins against VCU on the road at New Mexico. Really the only blemish is that home loss to UNLV.
Yeah, 100%. If they don't have that one loss there, they're still in the top 25. And I'd go as far to say if they run the table from this point on and run through the Mountain West Conference tournament, they could be as high as a 5 seed when it comes tournament time. I really believe that. I think this Utah State team is really, really dangerous.
Got a quad 1 game at San Diego State up next, and then 3 consecutive quad 2 games to finish the regular season. This is a quad 1 here for the Aggies. Templin got a hand in there on Price. He's onto the deck, and Utah State has the basketball. 15th turnover by Nevada.
And that hurts for the Wolfpack. Just, they can't hold on to the ball tight enough. These hands from the Aggies, they're everywhere. That's what the name of the game for them. And they've really won it tonight defensively.
10 to shoot. Allen finds Templin off the roll to the rack. And 2 more free throws coming for Carson Templin.
Carson can't get up there. He's trying to get up after that little roll to the rim. Now what's interesting about this play, okay, he flips it, ball screen to the middle of the floor. He's wide open. Now he knew contact was coming. But what I would have done, which I'm not as big as Templin, but you got to make the layup first, right? The contact was always coming second because of how far away arbitrating was. So you really would have had a chance for that to just been an and 1 if he goes for the make rather than the foul. But hey, come away with 2 free throws. What do I know?
He's been at the line often here in the second half, and that is now 4 consecutive made free throws. He's at double figures with 10, and Utah State has its largest lead at 8.
He's just relentless. You watch him defensively when the ball gets thrown into the post. He can switch out, play on the perimeter a little bit. Look at him in help side right there.
Comer dumps it off, and the 2-hand flush. Arbitrating way upstairs.
Mean, angry dunk. They needed that. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Arbitrating. Just wanted to point out, this is a guy that missed 16 games, about a month and a half with a chest injury. Only his 4th game back.
They're icing that ball screen, so MJ Collins, and a defender on his back, misses that floater, but decision was kind of his there on how he wanted to play it, and comes up with the miss.
Allen, quick closeout, but now wide open Comer. You bet.
Yep. Crowd loves that one. Wide open. Had to let it rip. Tayshawn Comer has been huge tonight. Averages 12 points per game. Only shoots at 36% from 3. And let that one fly. They needed it.
King has the answer for Utah State.
Just when you think you got a little life, cut it to 3. And Colby King, that's what he does.
That's his 4th 3-pointer. And he's got 16 points.
Look at that behind the back.
Comer back out for Camper.
They want that post up. You got Colby King down there on Price. Got to get it to him.
And they do. But Clark gets that help defense. Templin in there as well. And we'll see who the foul goes against, 11 or 22. And it is Templin.
That's 4 on him. Yeah, this time just a miscommunication that leaves Tayshawn Comer wide open, and he does his job knocking it down. And that last possession, Price knew he had a mismatch and he wanted the basketball. Colby King did a good job fighting for it, but And Carson Templin's got to be careful here. He's probably going to get subbed out for Adlin Elamine.
First miss at the foul line for Elijah Price. Nevada in the double bonus now. Those fouls are starting to pile up on both sides. See the big men, Keller and Templin with 4 apiece. Caleb Lowry with 4 for Nevada. Price goes 0 for 2. Don't see that. Allen with some contact sustained by Price. Falslev just ripped it away for himself.
He ripped it out of his own teammate's hand. Said, I don't want a jump ball. It's not our possession. Give me that. I like that aggressiveness.
I'm on my feet. You're on your backside. Give me the ball.
Give me the ball.
King off the screen. Quick close from Camper. Already down to 7 on the timer. Allen, deep 3. Tried to sell a foul that did not come. And now Nevada pushing. Camper at the other end.
And the Aggies got a little lucky there. Not the shot you want. Allen's been hot, but that just wasn't the right look at that point in the shot clock with where the defense was set at. I don't think the coaching staff liked it either, but they got bailed out on the miss and transition from Camper.
Well, safe to say Allen has cooled off here. King, though, how about him? Just in and out. Rebound tip, Falslev. And a foul. And Utah State attacking the offensive glass a little bit here.
Well, the play design was for Colby King, who got the open look. Arbitrating was too low to help on the screen, which allowed King to get it off. He hasn't missed many tonight. He didn't get that one to drop, but then Mason Falslev, right spot, right time. He's got 6 assists, 5 rebounds.
Changes for both teams. One more here for Falslev. And he goes 0 for 2. Notice he's got that knee brace on here in the second half after that little tie-up he had with Von Weems in the first half.
You're Nevada. You got to get a bucket here and close in on the 6-point deficit. They've been hovering right around the 6 line for most of this second half.
4 to shoot. Rollison. He's got to be the guy. Stepping through, scooping, finishing. How did that go in?
That went in with pure will. A little 2-step on the Euro, a bump with the shoulder, and then a pretty little finger roll. An important bucket for Rollison.
Nothing doing for Allen. Transition. Lowry to the rack. Lays it in. It's a 2-point game. Ball batted around. Out of bounds. Nevada basketball. Timeout on the floor in Reno. Two-point game in Reno with just 3:18 to play. These teams have been throwing punches back and forth all night long. And Noah has been throwing lines all night long.
Listen, man, I'm just having fun with it, okay? There was a really good play. Yeah, in New Jersey, we would call it jelly. Shout out to Big Jelly, Naz Reid playing for the Timberwolves. And then, yeah, get off me, son. All right? Oh, look at the elbow. It's blocking my shot.
Get off him.
Get off the shot. Oh, we're just having fun with it. We're blessed with a great game tonight, man.
Fantastic game. Great atmosphere here in Reno. Near capacity crowd, about 10,000 on hand at the Lawler Event Center. And a crucial game for both these teams. Utah State, a win gives them a 2-game lead at the top of the Mountain West. Nevada, a win puts them into the top 4. and in position for a first-round bye in the Mountain West tournament. Loose ball, a cutting Lowry. Finishes. We're tied up once more. Lowry inserted with 4 fouls. He's got back-to-back buckets for Nevada. Double on Falslev. Needs the help. Looking. Throws it up. Gets it to go. Houdini, Mason Falslev.
And he's going to put these butts back in the chairs, because I don't know how he got that to go and how much longer he was going to be allowed to hold the ball down there.
Camper. He hit the 3. Nevada in front for the first time in the second half.
Light it up. Corey Camper come off that screen, close out late, and knock him dead. We got a ball game here in Reno.
Nevada in front for the first time in the second half. Corey Camper Jr. with the 3 moments ago to give the Wolfpack a 1-point lead here in Reno.
We're going punch for punch down the stretch between these two teams, who both want to walk away with the victory. Duh, not saying anything we don't know, right? But who's it going to be? A lot of it has been these two teams exchanging blows from the three-point line. And the way Utah State started this second half, I thought they were going to run away with it. But they've managed to limit Utah State from the three-point line here the last 10 or so minutes and knock down a couple of their own for the Wolfpack.
Camper stays in front of King. Templin inside. Defense collapses. Lost the handle. Out of bounds. Staying with Utah State. 10 on the timer.
Elijah Price has to be really careful. He was late on the help side and then had his arm completely wrapped around Templin's back. I thought it was a surefire. They were going to call a foul there.
Utah State calls a timeout. They've got 2 left now. Just a 30-second timeout. Draw up an out-of-bounds play with 10 to shoot.
See, when they throw over the top to Templin, someone's got to be on the back line. It should be Vaughn Weems should be pulled all the way over. Price does a good job recovering, but that arm was pretty hooked on Templin. Let's see. You got anything there? What do you think?
Lowry very close to picking up his 5th foul. I think Nevada fortunate to not have a foul called on that sequence, given they were playing catch-up.
Yeah, you're right.
And to your point about Weems, he's probably thinking, do I leave MJ Collins?
Right. Well, that's the thought. That's the tricky part. And whatever the scheme is, maybe it was Elijah Price too high up, and he should have been pulled down from where his man was around the free throw line. You could make that argument too, which is why Price was the quickest man to recover. But you're right, you can't leave MJ Collins in that corner. But Utah State right now need a bucket.
Time here for the Aggies.
Watch Drake Allen.
There he is. 5 to shoot. Collins rises, fires. Left it short. Rebound for Lowry. Then they called a foul there on King. Free throws at the other end. So Caleb Lowry will head to the other end. First free throws tonight, and he's a very good foul shooter, 81% on the year. And remember, Nevada has been in the bonus the last 10 minutes. Been huge for their cause.
And Lowry's played a nice role tonight. 10 points, 5 rebounds. And he's been in the right spots every time his team's needed to be. And that time there on the defensive rebound, just securing it up high. They don't let him come down and foul him. And look at the tip out.
Weems again showing off the hops. And an extra possession here for Nevada, up 2.
Nevada in control right now if they can get a bucket.
Rollison winding the clock down. Screen from Price. Over to Camper. 3 to shoot. Into the middle, Lowry. And the rebound claimed by MJ Collins. Got a clean look at the foul line.
Watch Templin rolling hard. Oh.
Now it's Falslev stepping back. Bounce pass inside. Templin with space. Will head to the free throw line.
I don't know why Elijah Price feels the need to wrap his arm around Templin. I understand he's a load down there and he's bullying with his lower body, but if you're Elijah Price, you got to rely on your athleticism and your lower body base to wall up and secure positioning down there. He keeps getting tangled because he's late on the catches. Watch, he's standing straight up. He's got to battle earlier and then do the work. By the time the ball's in Templin's hand, he's going to be in a better position. He's setting himself up for failure when he doesn't do the work early on the post-entry pass. Templin has been unreal in the second half. He's not doing anything special besides just playing his butt off.
But he has been taking a lot of contact on the inside. Now 7 of 10 at the free throw line for him. And a timeout called by Steve Alford and Nevada. 1-point lead for the Wolfpack with 1:02 to play.
Yeah, you call a timeout here to just settle your group, right? Settle your group. You have 30 strong seconds on the shot clock. You don't have to go fast if you don't want to. You can methodically play out this last 62 seconds, especially offensively with the ball in a 1-point lead, because that's how Nevada wants to play more often than not, is slow in the half court. They score about 76 points per game. So this next bucket, if they can convert here, will put them right there.
Utah State has won 4 out of the last 5 in the series. Trying to put together back-to-back series sweeps against Nevada. Wolfpack's last win over the Aggies here in Lawler came in 2023. That was the Jared Lucas and Keenan Blackshear team.
Well, they got a chance right now, because if you can come away with points here, remember, they're in the double bonus if they can draw a foul. So the pressure on the rim on those downhill drives has been pertinent in this second half. If they can keep that momentum, the way Rollison has played, attacking the basket, and they might try to throw you off and get Camper coming off a screen, but he doesn't have to shoot it. He can turn the corner and also get downhill. If you're Utah State, you got to play fundamental defense here.
And there is Jared Lucas in his first year as an assistant coach, coming back to Reno. And Rollison can wind this thing down. 1-point lead for Nevada. Camper. All kinds of traffic and a foul. Utah State can't believe it. Allen and King collapsing.
It's almost like I read Coach Alford's mind there. Knowing they were going to maybe try to get some movement with Camper. He does a good job on that closeout from Drake Allen, just putting it on the deck, and he tries to go through 3 guys. And a really good player in Corey Camper Jr., really good shooter, a pure shooter, is going to go to the line for a chance to put the Wolfpack up 3.
But Jared Calhoun is going to use his full timeout here. And so what do you figure? He wants to not only potentially ice Corey Camper Jr., but also get his offense set off of it.
I think he's setting up the next couple possessions and how the rest of this game is going to play out, knowing he's only got 1 timeout. And if you play assuming Camper's going to knock down both these threes and you're going to have possession down 3, and the call here is, hey, do we go for a quick 2 and cut it back to 1 and try to keep the shot clock in our advantage? If we can score a quick 2 on the other end, but if we can spray it out, knock down a 3, I mean, hey, they've hit 14 of them tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if they hit a 15th.
So Utah State has committed 10+ fouls. For them offensively, they'll be shooting a 1-and-1.
What they have going in their favor is Corey Camper Jr. just 77% from the free throw line. You can somehow get him to split at the line and you secure a defensive rebound. If he were to miss the second, that's the biggest thing. They didn't secure that defensive rebound a few possessions ago. And that's why they're where they're at right now.
So no timeouts left for Utah State, and 2 free throws for Camper. Guy who began playing junior college basketball in Texas, spent the last couple of years at UTEP, 2-year starter there. And he's taken a big step this year in one of the best college basketball conferences. Splits the trip, just a 2-point lead, and plenty of time for Utah State. King with a step, and no basket. And in fact, stats were incorrect. Utah State had one more timeout. That was their 32nd. Our stat monitor was the same as the score bug there, reading 0 timeouts.
Coach Calhoun called a timeout, and there was a mismatch on the floor. Kobe King blew by Caleb Lowry and had a beautiful little right-hand, right-foot finish that does not count. Look, it kind of was erratic. He doesn't get the catch clean, but he's got a mismatch. That's a quick rip over the top. Look at that right foot, right hand, and it doesn't count. We'd have a tie ball game here going the other way, and now Utah State's got to do it again.
I think Jared Calhoun saw him fumble the ball, square in face. There was a beat there.
I'm surprised, though, because of the mismatch that he had with Caleb Lowry. It'd be different if he had Rollison or another small, quick guard that could slide their feet. Not that Caleb Lowry can't, but you saw the proof in the pudding that Kobe King wanted the smoke, and he got it downhill. Let's see what kind of look they can come out here with, being down 2. Remember, they have 14 three-pointers in this game. 3 gives them the lead. And I think Jared Calhoun, he likes an aggressive play style. I wouldn't be surprised if they drew something up to try to take the lead here.
So now there are no timeouts left for Utah State. Allen has to get it in. Bouncing for Templin. Rejected. Price rose up. Still in the hands of Templin. And a whistle and a foul before the shot. Price got him on the arm. So he got the block initially and then commits the foul, and Templin will have a 1-and-1.
Well, Templin got his stuff swatted back. His own rebound. Great design there. Elijah Price, unbelievable verticality. But I think you could swing it to Drake Allen if your back's not turned. Ultimately, he draws the foul. It doesn't matter. But he's been eating in the paint down there, drawing fouls left and right. Let's see if he can tie this game.
Missed the front end, rebound Camper, and then Templin commits the foul. Camper's going to have a chance to make it a 2-possession game at the other end.
Well, Templin's out. He fouled out. That's it for him. I'm not really sure what he was thinking there. You don't need that. Obviously, shot clock, game clock was about 2-second difference before he committed the foul. I don't think there's enough time to fully play it out. But maybe you can let them get down the court and try to break a press, see if you can come up with another steal and rely on your defense. Templin just gives you 2 free shots at the line with a chance to go down 4 now.
Frustration for the sophomore. And now Camper Jr. to the line for 2. 4 out of 5 at the line tonight. Make it 5 out of 6.
And he split the last time. The make here would be huge for the Wolfpack.
Trying to help give Nevada what would be their biggest win of the season, and a 4-point lead now for Nevada. Quick release, King, no. Battle for the rebound. Deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Price. 17 seconds. King trying to appeal to Vern Harris that he was fouled on that 3.
He's trying to appeal to how long Elijah Price was on that closeout. It was a miracle he was even able to get the shot off. Utah State needs a 3, and they need one fast.
Allen looking. It's Falslev in the corner. Buries the 3. 1-point ball game. 15 seconds to go. Lowry has to get it in. And a foul by Falslev.
They're so aggressive. It's so hard to get it in. and Falslev was right there, had him in the right spot. And this is what you need. Falslev, just a quick step in, run to the corner. Hey, Caleb Lowry, you might want to put your hand up a little bit more. Even though Falslev has struggled, that's the best player of the heartbeat of this Aggies team coming alive, keeping them in it.
And a very good three-point shooter over the course of the season. And Utah State trying to buy a little quick timeout there. They huddled real quick.
Yep. Well, they burned that one timeout that would have tied the game. I know they didn't know it was going to result in 2, but you got to be pinching yourself a little bit knowing the position you're in right now.
So 2 free throws for Vaughn Weems. He is 1 of 2 today, 78% on the season. Junior out of Federal Way, Washington, is Nevada's first junior college transfer since 2019, Steve Alford's first recruiting class. And he makes both to put Nevada up 3.
No timeouts.
10 seconds and rolling for Utah State. It's Collins from the corner, little bit short. Out of bounds, last touch by Camper. It'll stay with Utah State, 5.1 to play.
My, oh my. They're going to get another look at it.
Bench got a look at the iPad. They said no, don't challenge.
Well, this is how they got the Falslev 3, the possession 4 on a baseline out of bounds. Watch Collins.
Collins fumbled it, has to hoist, cannot hit. Allen puts it up. It will not fall, and Nevada gets their biggest win of the season, taking down Utah State 80-77. Just another night in the Mountain West. Haymakers all evening long, and Nevada on their home floor where they have been so strong, knock off the top team in the conference.
I feel like I got knocked out tonight. What a game. What a treat.
And so Nevada, they've got the tiebreaker over Grand Canyon. They are into the top 4 and in position for a bye in the Mountain West tournament. Utah State back within a game of San Diego State, their next matchup in a few days.
Yeah, heavyweight bout on deck with Utah State, San Diego State, both coming off losses, and what a victory here in Reno for Steve Alford and the Nevada Wolfpack. Unbelievable performance down the stretch for these guys.
Utah State had the lead for the bulk of it. We had 6 ties, 4 lead changes. Aggies could never stretch this thing to double digits, led by as many as 8, and then Nevada able to make their move down the stretch.
Well, they stopped turning it over. They controlled the glass, and that Tayshawn Comer three-pointer really started it on that comeback from down 6, and then the playing in transition off the glass. Caleb Lowry was unbelievable tonight, but the star of the game, Corey Camper Jr., a 20-piece, 4 three-pointers, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I think we're going to talk to him, huh?
And he's with us right now. Corey Camper Jr., how did you guys get this done tonight?
I think after the last game, each guy on this team, we knew that wasn't us. And we just had to go in, regroup, buy in, have team meetings, even without the coach, and just regroup and get back to us.
What does it say about the second half, just kind of fighting that 6-point deficit and then being able to stay with it and ultimately pull out an enormous win for you guys?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think each guy on this team know that we could be top of the league. And just going in, buying in the coach game plan, and just knowing that we can go in and beat anybody in this league.
The 3-point shot making we saw was on another level tonight, yourself included, but on both sides of the floor. What was it like being a part of that?
It felt great. Just having my teammates believe in me, them finding me when I'm open and just trusting me.
Were you kicking yourself when you split at the line the first time? You had to get your get back on the next one, right?
Yeah, I was making sure I wasn't missing too.
Hey, well, congratulations on the big win. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Corey Camper Jr., heck of an effort tonight. The transfer from UTEP, the leading man tonight for the Wolfpack. 20 points, and Nevada knocks off first place Utah State. What a night it was here in Reno, back and forth all evening long. And it is Nevada on their home floor getting the big win. Many thanks to Noah Bono, our producer, Brock Kraft, director Jason Moon, and our entire crew. Nick Cope saying so long from Reno. Nevada defends their home floor 80-77 over Utah State. Thanks so much for watching Men's College Basketball on FS1.